Hello, Tim from Fair Play Now on the 5th of February 2022. This morning I saw a really interesting video. It was one of Mark Devlin's podcasts, and he had as a guest on there Michael O'Brien. He's done a few of them, but this is the latest one, obviously made in the week just after the last London shopping trip, so late January, although I think it's only uploaded in the last 2 or 3 days here in early Feb. So it was a very, very interesting interview. Michael O'Brien, he's very much into legal stuff and common law and all of that, and he's one of these guys who has instigated these police investigations alongside people like Mark Sexton and his team. And as he explains in this interview, they've actually kind of joined forces now, pooling their resources, working together, that kind of thing. And he also made a lot of other interesting revelations, if you want to call it that. One thing he explains in the interview is, because this is a criticism that many people have about these police investigations. The higher ups in the legal system and the police are corrupt, so they're just going to bury these investigations. And in the interview, Michael O'Brien kind of explains how they're not going to be able to do that, and you'll have to watch the interview to sort of find out why that's the case, but he is very confident that they will not be able to do that. So it's looking like these investigations are going to go ahead, and they're going to get noticed and hopefully get the results that we want them to get. And again, in the interview, he made quite a few other interesting revelations as well. Just looking down here at my thing, actually there's more some Mark Devlin who came out with this one, but apparently one of the organisers of the November Hotel Sierra 100, who are up there on the last shopping trip in force, one of their representatives were talking to the police outside of Downing Street, and a police sergeant there told a very interesting story, basically how because this lady was saying, why haven't the police cleared away all the uniforms that the November Hotel Sierra 100 people were throwing? And the guy said, well, we want the big blonde idiot to see this and see how the effects that on society that his policies are having. And that was this, in the words of this copper apparently. And the upshot of the conversation was, there is a lot of people in the police who are very much on our side, and basically when the time comes they will make sure that we get to know about it as well. So another very interesting revelation made in this kind of interview, which I think you'll be very interested in hearing. And again, another thing, I won't give too much away about this interview, but another interesting revelation that Michael O'Brien came out with is apparently a lot of the, or pretty much all of the surgeries up and down the country have been told that a certain programme, which I'm sure you can guess, will be coming to an end in the not too distant future. Again, that's not me saying that, that is what these guys in this interview are saying. So I'll put a little, well, I can't put a link in the description box. I'm not doing that anymore because I do think it gets me into trouble. but written below here now is where you can find it. It's on my website, fairplaynow.net/must, and it will be the first big red button that you see. Just click on that and you'll get through to the video, and it's only half an hour long. Really worthwhile watch, and kind of not really relating to the interview, but I have seen news in some of my Telegram groups. Not sure how true this is, it hasn't been confirmed, but apparently in Northern Ireland there's a firm of solicitors there who have been fighting the Big V programme in schools, and they've been informed by the Northern Ireland government solicitor that that will be stopped again in very short order. This seems to only relate at the moment to Northern Ireland, and as I say, I've got no idea how genuine this news is, but I've seen it in a couple of different groups, and if anyone can shed any light on that, I'd be very grateful. But it's just another sign out there that things are starting to get revealed. And another thing that has been revealed in recent days is just how shocking some of these big companies are and how despicable they are, some of the actions they're taking. And the latest big story relating to the Canadian truckers and their protests is lots of people have been giving them money through GoFundMe, that organisation, who, if you haven't heard about this, apparently they've just basically stolen the money, and that's all I can describe it as. They've decided to freeze the account, close the account down, and they're going to give the money instead to what they call deserving charities. And so this is just utterly despicable, and just another kind of example of how these big companies are siding with unjust governments against sort of legitimate sort of protesters, and it's absolutely disgusting. And hopefully there's a lot of anger about it, and hopefully in the end it's just going to damage that particular company, hopefully beyond repair, and it'll be the end of them with a bit of luck. But just absolutely despicable. And don't know if you've seen one of the latest Hugo Talks videos. It's entitled something like "Life is Getting Very Dangerous Now," and apparently, you can get a certain type of problem concerning this organ here under my hand, and a lot of people having a lot of problems with those, and the mainstream media are blaming it on all kinds of things, blaming it on shoveling snow, would you believe, blaming it on sort of looking at your sort of currently extremely expensive energy bill or fuel bill, and that's causing them problems there. And they're actually blaming it on pretty much anything and everything, apart from the one big elephant in the room, which the likes of you and me know what it really is. And it's just pathetic how they're trying to normalise the whole kind of problem with this organ here, and just trying to normalise it and saying that it can just be caused by anything, even by the weather. I've sort of seen it being blamed on, And yeah, if you know of any other nonsense that they're blaming it on as well, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Not that it's any laughing matter, and indeed I think there was a couple of football matches last week which were halted because of people having this particular problem, and I think it's just today, being a Saturday today, the Crystal Palace game apparently, which I think they were playing Hartlepool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Hartlepool, but at home at Crystal Palace's ground, and apparently that game was halted because of, again, this particular problem. So it just makes you wonder, how much longer can they keep sweeping this under the carpet? And I think with people like Michael OBrien on their sort of case, Mark Sexton and all of the other people, I don't think it will be for much longer. And it's just, how much more can they do this until it just gets stupid, really? Anyway, just a few thoughts there, and I'll leave you now to go and watch the Michael OBrien interview with Mark Devlin. As I say, it'll be at fairplaynow.net/must, and it'll be right at the top there. I can't leave a link to it in the description box as I used to, because I think that does get me into trouble. And the reason I think that is, I think the reason why I had my little bit of trouble a couple of weeks ago is just before that I'd done a story about a certain gentleman who, again, had problems with a certain thing. You might recall that, you might have gone and seen the video that I did off of this platform, gentleman with really, really bad skin conditions, and I left a link to that, where you could sort of find that video on the description box here. And I think what happened is these guys saw that link and saw what that video was about, but of course couldn't ban the little intro video on this platform that I did, because it was just about 30 seconds long and I wasn't saying anything apart from how they could go and watch this video, so they couldn't ban that one. So they then went back and probably just chose another video at random and banned that one instead. So I've kind of got a feeling that's what might have happened, and not that I regret covering that story. I was very proud to be a part of the team that's kind of brought that story and got it online here, but it just means that I've got to do things in a bit more of a roundabout way, and I can't leave direct links, so you'll just have to go to fairplaynow.net/must, just type that into your browser bar and find it from there. It's kind of the best I can do, I'm afraid. Anyway, with that, I'm probably going to have the day off tomorrow from videos, because I've got a few other bits and bobs to do, but I'll be back on Monday, so enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.